No, we did. I think we were in a rhythm, and for whatever reason we got out of it, then we went back in it, and then we went out of it. It wasn't consistent, and you know, that's what we needed tonight was 4 quarters of solid football, and it seems like only the first quarter and the start of the second half, the third quarter, where we were rocking, and you could tell the stadium was in it, and we were rolling with the turnover ratio, and then finishing, I think, was what we didn't do. And the end of the first half and the end of the second half, and you can't win when you don't do that.
What happened on the play where it looked like you were still calling the audible and Chris snapped the ball and hit you in the gut?
Just miscommunication, and it happens, and it's just unfortunate it happened at that time.
What were you thinking when you guys, you know, you got the early turnover there in the second half, you scored, you got the ball back, you took the lead? Did you feel like things had swung around in your favor at that point?
Yeah, definitely. And we felt momentum. You could feel it on our sideline, and I believe we had it. And we didn't capitalize on those, though. We didn't score off of those. I'm not sure if we scored on off of those turnovers, but when it mattered, we didn't score, and we had chances. And but I mean, Oregon played a great game. They're a good defense, and their offense speaks for itself. But they played well. They made plays when they had to, and we didn't make plays.
There were a couple of times where Oregon was able to get you and sack you, but overall it seemed like, you know, your coverage was pretty solid by the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Was the secondary just playing a really solid game from Oregon?
Yeah, I mean, overall they were pressuring, and they were getting they were doing a lot of stunts, it seemed like, up front, and doing a lot of crazy things, but their secondary did play well, and they had our guys covered for the most part. Had to throw a lot of balls away, and but yeah, they played well as a whole.
You guys use the term that this is sort of your bowl game. How do you let this not sort of bring your season down?
Just go back to work like we did after Stanford, and just study this tape, and it's gonna suck to watch it because we did have opportunities to score, and just go back to work and realize that we can bounce back after this and beat Arizona State. Yeah, beat Arizona State.
What type of game is someone going to have to play to beat them?
Beat Arizona State?
I mean, to beat Oregon.
Near flawless, and that was what we had anticipated coming into this, and we didn't do that, and on both sides of the ball, and so yeah, they're a very good team.
Matt, when you hit the ball, you know, dominate time of possession, and your offense has it that much, does it almost become like a mental fatigue out there too, to go along with the physical part of it?
No, not for me, at least. I don't really know about the rest of our team. I don't think so. Mentally, I think we're all mentally strong, and that wasn't the case out there. Like we were making all these mental errors, and the effort was definitely there. It was just, you know, mano a mano. They made better plays than we did.
And Matt, you've played some good teams the past 2 years, but can you talk about the inability to protect the home field? You've lost twice this year at home, 2 times last year towards the end. Why that's happening, and I mean, how key is that, obviously, to bring that package to this team?
Well, home there is an advantage at home, but ultimately they're not going to win the game for us, and it's us who's playing, and it's us who's making the plays. And if we're not making plays like we didn't do tonight, and we didn't do versus Washington, it doesn't matter if we're home or away. We're not going to win, and so it's more that rather than home field advantage. I think it's just making plays, and that didn't happen.